What you see on that last play, Jason, by Brandon?
Great execution, great catch, great pass by D-Live, and back it up to PJ to be able to throw that to D-Live, and then for him to catch, and then for him to find D-Roll on the run. Great execution, tough call. He had a good look, they called foul.
I've seen another close game for you guys. Just what you see down there in the fourth quarter that kind of led to you guys being in the position that you were in?
Well, we fought to get back in, and we never stopped. I mean, it becomes a free throw game. They missed one. We execute. We had some good looks. We executed down the stretch. Had some turnovers. It's something that we've always had trouble with early during the season. Also, we had some great looks on the offensive end that just didn't go down for us. And then on the other end, we get the miss and we just can't rebound the ball. We got the miss. Fortunately, the ball bounced their way. They came up with, I think Hart comes up with a miss layup or a block and puts it back. So the ball bounced their way, but we had great opportunities, but we just couldn't get the rebound.
What you like about that strategy to keep the ball out of Russell's hands down the stretch?
Yeah, he is. We know that he's one of the best, and you let him play one-on-one, it's going to be a long night. So I thought the guys did a great job of taking the ball out of his hand, making someone else beat us tonight. But again, he got going. When he gets that tempo and that rhythm, it's hard unless you take the ball out of his hand, and that's what we did.
Jason, you had 7 threes in the first and then finished with 16. What was working with the 3 ball tonight?
Well, they were making them, and I thought just the trust of being able to find the corners. But again, PJ goes 1 for 12. A lot of times, it's, you don't think you're going to beat the game, but it just shows PJ's ability to fight on the defensive end. Understanding we had some great looks that just didn't go down for us. When you look at guys shooting 1 for 6 in this league, when you get that many threes, you got to make some of them. We just didn't do that tonight.
And then the Knicks are one of the best 3-point shooting teams in the league, but you held them to only 28% from 3, but then Shaman makes the 2 big threes. What kind of changed throughout the quarters?
Well, they're going to shoot a lot of them, and so and they got shooters over there, and not just Shaman, but Brunson and then Bridges, and then also Cat puts a lot of pressure on you on the perimeter because if he starts to make them, he close out, he's pump fake, and he's getting to the rim. He did that a couple times on us tonight. But we try to, understand that they can shoot the 3, and they're one of the best offensive teams in the league. And again, we gave ourselves a chance here at home to win. We just couldn't get the ball to bounce our way.
D'Angelo Russell having one of his better performances of the season. What did you like most about his game tonight?
I thought just the tempo was good. Being able to find his teammates, knowing when to attack, and then setting the table for others.
And for him to replicate this type of performance, what kind of things do you want to see out of him moving forward that you like to?
Just being consistent. I think that's what we're all looking for everyone. For him, just being able to take advantage of when he can score, and then also when he can get someone going. And I think he's done a great job in both areas.
What do you tell your players after a game like this, Jason, when you're right there and just couldn't put it up?
Yeah, we've been in a lot of these, and so we got to learn the value of the ball, and then being able to execute down the stretch, and it'll turn. When you play enough of these in 82, you go through some tough losses, but you stay together, come tomorrow, come to work, and find a way to get better and get ready for Friday.
Naji, you all lost another close one tonight. Just what is that feeling of kind of keeping so close, but end up winning some of these close games?
It is what it is. On to the next one.
What you see on that last play by B. Will?
To be honest, it's a hard layup. Ref called what they called. That's what it is.
Tough way to lose.
What you think?
Tough way to lose.
What do you see as the biggest reason for some of the fourth quarter turnovers?
Mistakes. Nobody's perfect. Everybody makes them. You gotta figure it out.
What did you see from D'Angelo Russell tonight coming off the bench alongside you?
It's D'Lo being D'Lo. As you can see, we need that. If you use our group, gets us going, and just gotta figure out how to maintain it and be consistent with it.
And then on the defensive end, the 2 late Shamit 3-point makes. What kind of happened on those plays?
I don't know. I'm watching them tonight. Try to figure it out. I don't remember though.
Share a seat. You ever done that? Win and share a seat.
Both of y'all can answer this one. How big was it for you guys to kind of take some of the score low and Cooper being out tonight?
Mentality, right? I think everybody's got that mentality where we can, next man up. Everybody on our roster is hungry to play, prove themselves. Some guys that's not in the lineup, trying to insert the lineup, they put themselves in. So whatever it takes, I think, everybody did their part tonight. We're supposed to get out of there with a win and celebrate as a team.
We asked Naji about this, but what was your interpretation of that final play?
No comment. No comment.
What did you guys do to take the ball out of Brunson's hand the last 7 or 8 minutes of the game?
Deny the ball. Felt like play hard. Stop him catching the ball.
We talked to Jason about the Knicks haven't won a game on the road yet, and he said that, that's maybe not an advantage because they're so hungry. What was the feeling like in that fourth quarter?
What do you mean?
Just like desperation?
Did I feel desperation from them?
For the Knicks, yeah.
Nah.
That's been desperate for us, trying to get a win against whoever, So I don't know if I felt the desperation for them more than I felt it for us, trying to get a W.
And then Naji, you guarded Brunson a couple times down the stretch. Was that like you just wanted to guard one of their best players, or you thought you had a good matchup on them because of your size?
What I do for this team, bring energy and compete on the defensive end for the team, and I just try to take on the challenge of guarding the best player. Hopefully, slow him down. So, about it.
You had to go in there in the third quarter. Just what does it take to replicate an offensive move like that?
I think this league is hard to do things like that. You try to take what the game's giving you. Obviously, you're going to be on the game plan for what they're trying to take away from you as well. So to come out there and take what the game's giving me, some nights it may be score, some nights it may be pass. Just try to implement myself into the game, whichever it may be. Like I said, everybody did a little bit tonight. I don't think anybody had to do a lot. And I think that's a great formula to success.
Naji, there in the first quarter, you drained 3 threes. How do you feel like you got that going for you for the rest of the game?
Just taking what the defense gives me. The guys are great at getting in the paint, spraying up. So just trusting my teammates to make the right play when I'm open. Just trusting my work.
And then overall, for the season as a whole, how would you assess your 3-point shooting so far?
Up and down, but like I said, I put the work in, so just gonna continue to trust my work, and hopefully it works for me. Works out for the better.
What do you guys got to do in particular on Friday, cross the finish line and come out with a victory?
We play.
Pelicans.
New Orleans.
Just follow the game plan. Make it tough. They came in here and beat us. And they beat us just not too long ago, so we owe them one. I think we're going to come out with that desperation that the Knicks had tonight, I guess.
What would you say is the main thing you guys learned in all these close games?
I always say, teams that, are figuring out, their identity, you don't do anything. You watch good teams not do anything special to win games. They watch teams like us do something out of ordinary, and that's what dictates the win or loss. It's not something that's crazy. It's just that they know their formula, they know their recipe, they know what it takes, and we're figuring it out. So in the midst of that, we're going to win some, we're going to lose some, but that's the beauty of 82 games. It's a lot of figuring out to do.
If y'all get this figuring out of the way now, do you think that's something that's going to benefit y'all as y'all get healthy as the season goes on?
I think it's huge. I always say that, you take a lot of good coaches use 82 games to figure out, a lot of things. It's not the same every game. It's practicing everything, and we're not healthy, so that's a plus. And we're still figuring out our identity, so I think those are good things to struggle with to start the season.
What did you miss by not having Cooper tonight?
I mean, it's the #1 pick. You know, his gravity takes a lot. You know, a lot of teams coming out with the scout report, they don't really see him do well. So guys are coming out trying to stop him. You know, taking it on themselves to stop him and slow him down. That allows other guys to step up and be aggressive and carry off that. So without him, other guys have to step up. Thank you.